Welcome to the exhibition Metamorphoses, dedicated to one of the most influential artists of the 20th century, Hans Rudi Giger, known as H.R. Giger. This exhibition offers you a captivating glimpse into the world of Giger's dark and surrealistic creations. Join us as we guide you through the life story of this remarkable artist and his incredible artwork. Hans Rudi Giger was born on the 5th of February 1940 in Chur, Switzerland, as the second child of Melly Giger-Meyer and pharmacist Hans Richard Giger. From a young age, he showed an extraordinary artistic talent and a deep passion for art. In 1959, Giger began his professional journey, working with architect Venatio Meissen and developer Hans Stetter in Chur, and gaining valuable experience. From 1962 to 1965, Giger pursued studies in interior and industrial design at the Zurich School of Applied Arts. It was during this period that he began to develop his distinctive artistic style, while experimenting with various techniques. In his free time, he devoted himself to drawing and created a series of drawings titled Atomkinder, Atomic Children, which he also published. Towards the end of 1965, he privately published a series of works called Ein Fressen für den Psychiater, a feast for the psychiatrist. This body of work reflected Giger's fascination with psychoanalysis and Sigmund Freud. Around the same time, he also developed an interest in filmmaking and started collaborating with artists and filmmakers. A year later, after completing his studies, Giger started working for Andreas Christen in Zurich and collaborated with actor Paul Weibel. It was during this time that he met actress Lee Tobler, with whom he fell in love. Giger settled down with Lee Tobler, and together they created notable works such as Birth Machine, Underground, and Astrunix. In that same year, he also met writer Sergio Golovin, and together with poet Urban Gwerder and filmmaker Freddie M. Murr, they produced a 10-minute film called High. This film was a compelling combination of action art and experimental approaches, showing Giger's talent not only in visual art but also in filmmaking. In 1968, Giger began to establish his independence and promote his work. He designed props for a film called Swiss Made, where his iconic alien creature made its first appearance. At the same time, he painted smaller formats and met gallerist and dealer Bruno Bischofberger. Bischofberger purchased a body of Giger's work, marking a crucial milestone in the artist's career. Giger also showcased his work in the exhibition Hommage à Che at the Stummer Gallery in Zurich. The following year brought further success for Giger when Bruno Bischofberger published his screen prints titled Biomechanoids, 1969. The prints garnered significant attention and increased awareness of Giger's art, contributing to his growing popularity. In 1970, Giger experienced his first nightmares, which he would later materialize in a renowned work titled Necronomicon. He continued exhibiting his works at Bruno Bischofberger's gallery and gained further recognition. In 1971, Giger visited Freddie M. Murr in London, accompanied by Lee Tobler. This inspired the creation of a documentary film called Passagen on the London docks. A year later, Giger exhibited at the Kunsthaus in Kassel, allowing him to introduce his art to a wider audience. In 1973, Giger created the iconic cover for the rock band Emerson, Lake and Palmer's album, Brain Salad Surgery. His unique and dark style became a prominent element of the band's visual identity. In 1975, Giger constructed the Passagen Temple for the Sido Zirkwitz Gallery. However, this year was also marked by the tragic suicide of Lee Tobler, which had a profound impact on Giger's life and artistic expression. Now it's time for a short break. Immerse yourself in the captivating atmosphere of our exhibition and experience the grandeur of H.R. Giger's extraordinary work. In 1976, Giger's exhibition at the Sydau-Zerkwitz Gallery led to a fateful encounter with American painter Robert Venosa, which in turn introduced him to the legendary painter and sculptor Salvador Dali and filmmaker Alejandro Jodorowsky. Around the same time, Giger was invited to collaborate on the film Dune. The year 1977 marked another significant milestone with the publication of Giger's book, Necronomicon, introducing his dark and surrealist creations to a wider audience. That year, Giger also made his first trip to America, expanding his artistic horizons and sharing his unique vision with a broader public. In 1978, one edition of Necronomicon found its way into the hands of director Ridley Scott, who recognized Giger's exceptional talent and believed him to be the ideal artist to bring his ideas to life in the film Alien. A year later, in 1979, Hans Rudy attended the film's premiere in Hollywood, where he became the center of attention for the press. From 1980 onwards, Giger's visionary designs for Alien were exhibited at the Bevier Gallery in Zurich, and he received an Academy Award nomination for his contribution to the film. His groundbreaking designs earned him an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, solidifying his place in the history of cinema. During the same year, he also held an exhibition at the Hansen Galleries in New York, further establishing his reputation on the global art stage. Giger's creative journey continued in 1981 when he collaborated on designing the Harkonnens chairs for the film Dune, and worked with Debbie Harry on her solo album Cuckoo. His unique style and artistic ability continued to amaze and captivate audiences and collaborators alike. We will now take another break so that you can immerse yourself even deeper in the art around you. In 1984, a retrospective of Giger's work was held at the Sedum Kulturzentrum in Pfäffikon, Switzerland, showcasing the course and scope of his artistic career. In 1985, Giger was approached by MGM and invited to collaborate on Brian Gibson's Poltergeist 2. His distinctive artistic vision added an eerie and otherworldly dimension to the film, leaving a lasting impression. In 1986, Giger started to prepare for a major exhibition at Tokyo's Shibuya Seibu Art Museum, which was scheduled for the following year. The exhibition met with significant acclaim and sparked discussions about the creation of a Giger bar in Tokyo. The success of the 1987 exhibition in Japan led to further discussions about the realization of the Giger bar concept in Tokyo. On top of that, Giger was approached to create the monster Gohu Doji for a film by Japanese director Akio Jitsusoji. Due to strict building regulations, the originally planned 4-story Giger bar in Tokyo could only be realized in a smaller version. 1989 proved to be a highly productive year for H.R. Giger. He was preparing his memoirs for the German art publisher Benedikt Taschen Verlag and created numerous illustrations for books and comic magazines, further solidifying his position as a world-renowned artist. Additionally, during this year, he engaged in negotiations with director Ridley Scott regarding the possibility of collaborating on Alien 3, a sequel to the famous film franchise. In 1990, H.R. Giger celebrated his 50th birthday and began working on themes for Ridley Scott's film Train. Simultaneously, he ended his long-standing collaboration with manager Uli Steinle and began working with his longtime friend, Leslie Barani. Numerous exhibitions were held to commemorate his birthday during this period, but Giger also had casts of his earlier sculptural works realized. If you are starting to feel a little overwhelmed, take a moment to relax with a cup of coffee or you can further explore the works that have caught your attention. We will resume our tour in about 5 minutes. H.R. Giger's artistic activities extended well beyond visual art. He made significant contributions to several documentaries and embarked on his own film project titled The Mystery of San Gottardo. In 1991, he collaborated with director Bill Malone, co-designing the film Dead Star, and worked with Swatch to create a collection of watches inspired by his distinctive style. In February 1992, another Giger bar was unveiled at Calciabull, Zentrum in Schur, and the computer game Dark Seed, which drew inspiration from Giger's visual style, was launched. Moreover, a major retrospective exhibition took place at the Bavier Gallery in Zurich, followed by the opening of the Alien exhibition in 1993, which showcased Giger's iconic works associated with the renowned film franchise. In 1994, H.R. Giger took on a role of a guest lecturer at the Zurich School of Design and worked on the film Mutant for MGM. Sadly, that year also brought the passing of his mother. Despite the challenges, Giger continued his creative work and ventured into new areas of artistic expression, following the success of the science fiction film Mutant in 1995, which became a box office hit. In 1996, Giger started experimenting with holograms, which allowed him to bring his surrealist works into three-dimensional space, opening up new possibilities in visual art. He also established his own website, providing a platform to share his art with fans and admirers worldwide. In 1997, a significant publication dedicated to H.R. Giger was published. Benedict Taschen Verlag released a comprehensive monograph that remains highly sought after among art enthusiasts. Additionally, part of the Saint-Germain Castle in Gruyères was acquired to establish the Giger Museum. A year later, in 1998, Benedict Taschen Verlag published a book titled The Mystery of San Gottardo, coinciding with the opening of the Giger Museum in Gruyères. This museum became a home for Giger's most important and iconic works, meticulously presenting them in all their stunning and enigmatic detail. As the new millennium arrived in 2000, H.R. Giger celebrated his 60th birthday, and his website became a phenomenon, attracting over 1 million visitors eager to explore his strange and spellbinding world. 2 years later, in 2002, Benedict Taschen Verlag released the book Icon H.R. Giger, featuring a text by the Czech-born American psychiatrist Stanislav Grof. Giger also ventured into jewelry design, incorporating his unique artistic style into wearable pieces. In 2005, Ibanez Guitars introduced a line of guitars designed by H.R. Giger, fusing his artistic style with musical instruments. Notably, exhibitions were held at the Bavier Gallery and the National Technical Museum in Prague. It's time for another break. Take a moment to recharge and get ready to continue our journey through the exhibition. The year 2006 was marked by Giger's wedding to Carmen Maria Giger, and a major retrospective of his work at Kunsthaus Wien. This exhibition offered a profound insight into the diversity of Giger's art and his unique approach to artistic expression. In 2007, another exhibition at Bündner Kunsthaus Schur invited visitors to explore deeper levels of Giger's art and his provocatively dark world. 2008 brought a significant event as the H.R. Giger Museum celebrated its 10th anniversary. Numerous books were published to commemorate this occasion, documenting and exploring Giger's artistic journey and his influence on modern culture. In January of the following year, the German Film Museum hosted a major exhibition in Frankfurt am Main, focusing on Giger's film designs. The exhibition not only showcased his contributions to the iconic Alien franchise, but also highlighted his involvement in other film projects. In 2010, H.R. Giger celebrated his 70th birthday. To honor this milestone, a comprehensive exhibition of his work was held in Sarnen, Switzerland. It provided a comprehensive overview of the artist's extensive body of work. The following year, in 2011, Giger was approached by director Ridley Scott to collaborate on the film Prometheus. This science fiction film became a seminal work, bringing Giger's unique aesthetic and visual style to the big screen. In June 2012, Giger attended the premiere of Prometheus in London as a special guest of Ridley Scott. It was a significant occasion that further connected the artist with the film community and introduced his work to a wider audience. 2013 witnessed the publication of the book Alien Diaries, containing facsimiles of Giger's original Alien Diaries. This publication offered invaluable insights into the artist's creative process, unveiling his deep fascination with the dark side of existence and unknown worlds. The same year also marked another important anniversary, the 15th anniversary of the opening of the Giger Museum in Gruyères. The artist himself attended the celebrations, contributing to the unforgettable atmosphere. The museum became a space where visitors could explore the breadth of Giger's work and gain a deeper understanding of his visionary art. Sadly, in 2014, we bid farewell to this extraordinary artist. On the 12th of May, H.R. Giger passed away at his home. However, his legacy lives on through his work and the profound impact he had on the art world and the popularization of the science fiction genre. Giger was laid to rest in the Gruyères Cemetery, just a few steps away from his museum, which stands as a living testament to his artistic legacy. This concludes our tour of the H.R. Giger exhibition. We hope you have enjoyed immersing yourself in Giger's unique art and the boundless realm of his imagination. Now set aside your worries and continue to explore the world of art. Thank you for your visit.